Where again? I'm glad you could join me to hear how Ginny was getting on in the barn. You remember she was working for a farmer? Do you remember his name? Yes, that's right. Marcel Martel. Ah, well then you'll also remember that Marcel Martel was keen to be seen as moody and mean. Now some days in bygone Guernsey, they were a day of rest, eh? But not for Ginny. Marcel Martel and his family, they would have a big, big breakfast. But not for Ginny. Before breakfast, the whole of the Martel family would ride down to St. Pierre de Bois Parish Church in a fine carriage. But not Ginny. No, Marcel gave Ginny a long, long list of jobs to do. Clean the house, sweep the barn, wash the windows, iron the skirts, polish the brass, milk the cows, churn the butter, and even muck out the pigs. Oh, they were so smelly. Oh, for Marcel Martel was keen to be seen as moody and mean. Lowever, on one special Easter Sunday, the family left early for church, all soberly dressed in their neatly pressed suits. Ginny had been given an even longer list of jobs to do. Well, as she watched them ride out of the gate and disappear up the hill, she wondered how she was going to get all these jobs done before Marcel Martel's family returned home. She began to sob silently. The last instruction that Marcel had given was to make sure that the very best brown special eggs were there, collected and waiting for Marcel Martel's second breakfast when he returned. The fine carriage had barely disappeared from the view when, suddenly, Ginny was sure to hear the soft sounds of some music. Sure enough, the sound became louder and livelier and clear, and she heard the sweetest singing that Ginny had ever heard. Although she truly longed to discover the source of these wondrous sounds, Ginny could not just forget how long her list of jobs were. Ginny had barely started scrubbing when there came a gentle knock at the door. Ginny's poor heart froze. She feared for the family's return. What if they were to return before she found the special eggs? Nevertheless, she ran to the door and reluctantly ready to curtsy politely and meet the other music. Marcel Martel music. But, to Ginny's genuine amazement, it was not Marcel Martel that stood lean and mean in the doorway. Oh, no. Instead, she came face to face with a tiny but very well-dressed woman. Oh, she was brightly clothed in vivid colours, and she smiled warmly and asked Ginny politely if she may come in for a small glass of Guernsey water. Oh, well, Ginny rushed in and found the best ice-cold glass of water that she was ever presented anybody. And the little lady daintily drank the cool and refreshing water and thanked Ginny profusely. Reaching into her richly embroidered emerald green coat, she took out an alma shell and presented it to Ginny with a loud bow and a flurried flourish. At first, Ginny was shocked. It seemed so long since anyone had shown her such kindness that the little lady gently insisted that actually Ginny should keep this as a very special, glimmering gift. Then, with a further bow and a knowing grin, the tiny woman took her leave and danced down the farmyard to rejoin her friends. The whole colourful procession swept across the low-lying fields behind the Lorraine shingle bank before making its way up to the Leahu Island headland. Forgetting her jobs, Ginny rushed round to find a newfound friend. But, try as she might, Ginny could not catch up with the little folk. All they already appeared to be sauntering jauntily, and their finely dressed figures were moving actually very fast, much, much faster than Ginny had ever imagined possible. Panting and still staring and trying to catch up with the little people, Ginny sat down for a much-needed rest. How could she find them again? Join me shortly to see what happens next. Cheery for now!